All right, welcome to the Let You Talk podcast. This is Mike. Marquise is over there. And what do you feel like tackling immediately? Because, I mean, the way this week is going, what I wanted to touch on earlier in
all
the week...
things LeBron.
I figured it was going that way, so, you know, that's a nice jump-off point. Now, how do you think... Because I actually have it written down. How do you think it looks for the best player in the world to ask for so much help?
This is the same narrative I've always told you, man. This nigga's weak. He's soft. You heard what Shaq said about it? You heard how Shaq came at Charles and everything else?
Charles' reaction. And Shaq more than anything, we're coming in pretty hot, no homo. But Shaq, man, he's petty. Like, he's really, really petty. It's like, yo, bro, you won, but you gotta understand, like, you didn't win solely off your greatness alone. Like, you won because of a collaboration with Kobe Bryant and Phil Jackson.
But it's not even that.
He wasn't doing that with Penny.
It's not even that, though. Even if you won on your greatness, right? Say you won on your greatness, right?
Let's say you did.
Right? Didn't him and Kobe have a feud and they didn't stay together because like they wanted to be the guy?
Well, he alluded to that because he did say and that's why he kind of backs what LeBron is doing, because he says, I've done it both ways. I've gotten at guys behind closed doors, and I've also used the media as a conduit to get the things that I wanted to get done. So he knows he can't, but because like, and you see how they try to take the shot. Well, Barkley, you were on the super team. Like, bro, that was a super team. Like he said, a aging.
His names.
An aging Hakeem, an aging Scottie Pippen, agent Charles Barkley. That's a super team.
Y'all said that the big three in Boston started everything else, and they was agent superstar. I thought that's what the way the NBA went back in the day.
Right. No, and people did call Boston a super team, but again, like Charles says, the credence that the big three in Boston got was this was kind of a last hurrah sort of a deal. You didn't know how much more Ray Allen you were going to see. You thought Paulie was never going to win one. You thought the ticket was never going to win one. That wasn't the same sort of a deal when LeBron, Wade, and Bosh did it.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying, if you just take it as Shaq and Kobe wanted to be the guy, right? They broke up a good thing.
Right.
Like they had each other, plus Robert, Rick, Derek, all these guys, right? Mm-hmm. And they broke that up because they wanted to be the guy. They wanted to be the face of the whole thing. Right. They didn't want more pieces. They didn't want other guys being added into it. So how do you feel where he coming from?
It wasn't that he... I guess he feels where he's coming from because he said, I know personally as a great player how great players want great pieces around them.
So Darren Williams a great piece? Jared Jack's a great piece?
It would be a great piece when you already got a stacked lineup. Yeah. Those are great pieces when you got a stacked lineup.
But as he's saying, they don't got a stacked lineup. All they just top heavy. All they got is Kyrie and Kevin.
Well, again, that's what he's saying. That's all we got. All we got
so
are the top pieces. We don't got the ancillary pieces.
So Jared Jack or Darren Williams, or who we asked for? Michael Beasley.
Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton is one of those guys, one of those pieces. Because I mean, one of those pieces that he wanted, they just let go. Mo Williams, right? The Asian player that was still 2 years ago. Mo Williams dropped 55 or something like that.
Something like it.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. When he got with Cleveland, it was a done story for him, right?
Right.
But this is what he wants. This is the Asian player that he wants, right?
Like thrown around like a cheap whore too, but that's like because of contract situations and things like that.
Yeah, but he wanted to retire.
Yeah, let's not talk about how Mo's getting done dirty in the league right now.
But he wants to retire, so it don't really matter. Like Mo just want to cake up all his money until it's all over with.
But yeah, like, and that even goes to a larger point. I don't know if I told you, but I was talking to a J-Man about it, and I'm like, Jay, you gotta understand, Marquise, you're 30. Right? You're 30. Mm-hmm. You'll be 31 in April if God spares life.
Come on, man. Stop. Don't do that.
I'm 31. I'll be 32 in May if God spares life. This nigga Bron is 32. Like, it's not like we didn't come up off the same ideals and we didn't watch the same figures do what they did. Like, he's not 27. I can see if he was 27. I can see if he was Damian Lillard. Like, this nigga's not a millennial. So for him not to have that heartbeat, like, yo, I want to do it like Jordan did.
That's why Kenny and Chuck said what they said.
Right.
And then Shaq takes a shot at them like, well, you never won back-to-back chips. Only people won is me and Kenny. Like, okay, but you won it with help, right?
Right.
Right.
And you won it in large part because you had a fucking dog on your team.
Ain't Kyrie a dog?
Right.
And he got Kevin Love.
So that should be enough.
What double T?
That should be enough.
What we talking about here?
Like, I swear, I really, as a player, I wanna root for Bronny. Bronny's a great player.
You can't root for a guy
He's a
like
great
that.
player, but his mentality, it just don't match.
He's a great role model. If you open the dictionary, his face would be there for role model.
Would it?
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to sell himself. He knows how to like convey what the masses want.
Would he be a great role model or would he be the great front guy? Like, the name escapes me right now, but he's the bull from Casino. He not really. He don't really do anything, but he's just a safe front guy. Because I mean, does he really have all?
You talk about Bob De Niro character?
No. Ace was really running the situation. Ace was running it, and then remember they had the front guy.
Well, the mob was running. Ace came up with the ideas. The mob was really running the casino.
But Ace was running the day-to-day thing, and it was a front guy that was in real estate that they had pretty much that was the front man of the casinos and this, that, and the third. He had nothing to do with the mob. He was just a square guy, and they're like, you're the puppet.
But OJ was a role model, right? But behind closed door, he was an asshole, right? He was behind closed door, he's an asshole, right? So your role models are supposed to be the front guys. It's supposed to be the guys that the masses can appeal to, right? I mean, identify with, right?
Yeah, I mean, but can you really identify with LeBron? I mean, a lot of people think that
the good-hearted stuff he does and all that other I promise stuff. I mean, everybody talks about. Well, I know.
All these players had.
I know all superstars and players do this type of stuff.
You know what? I shouted out Trey last week and everything because Trey said something good. Now I'm gonna shout out one of the things that he said bad. Yo, Bull could put 1 million kids in college. That does not make him a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. Point blank. Period.
Nothing he can do can make him a better basketball player than Michael Jordan.
He can put 1 million kids. I don't care. And I don't want to sound reckless, but like you shouldn't kill your own people over sneakers anyway. And if you want to say that Jordan, seriously though, but if you want to say that Jordan's profiting off of that is wrong, you can say that. That has nothing to do with what he do when he step on the basketball court. This nigga will serve LeBron any day and 3 times on Sunday on a basketball court. And you want to know what? It might not even just be off of skill. It's because he wants to. LeBron don't want it. Like I was just arguing with a person in the sports group earlier today. It does not look good. Keith, we in the foxhole, right? Me and you.
Do you want that guy in your foxhole?
Hell no.
So why are we having that conversation?
No.
I told you this.
Do you want the guy as the general saying, yo, I need help. We need an effing playmaker. I need more help. I don't care what you got to do. If I come back this go round, you better go broke spending so I can win championships. First of all, one, like I told you, for a while, it's starting to sound pretty disingenuous. Everything that people believe LeBron is, he isn't. You think that he's a team first guy, he's a me first guy. He's just the best me first guy that we've ever seen.
We've been telling you that.
You did say it early, but it took for me to catch on and everything because again, it's a facade. When you look at it, it looks good in plain sight. He passes the ball, always want to make the right basketball play, but look at how he goes about things sometimes. The offense has to go through him. LeBron just started learning how to play off the ball. He could not play off the ball to save his life before he went to the Heat.
Who taught him that? Dwayne Wade?
Right. But LeBron couldn't play off the ball.
But he was the best player in Miami, right?
Dominant.
Right, he was the best player in Miami, right?
That's what I'm hearing. But LeBron was very ball dominant, very ball centric.
Just like 7.
All these things that guys like Carmelo or Harden or Westbrook or Rondo gets killed for.
Kyrie too.
The ball has to go. Kyrie too, largely before LeBron came. And it's like, yo, the ball and all the action has to go through him. Like I have to be the one to pretty much funnel everything to you, or I have to be the one to create the play for you. But
why do y'all give him? But why do y'all people give him a pass?
Because you know what? At first, to an untrained eye, it looks good. It looks like it's.
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about now.
Oh,
y'all still no. Y'all people are still giving him a pass. It's like he might have went about it the wrong way, but what he said is true. I would have went about it this way. I would have went about it this way. Everybody always massage things for him. You know what I mean? But Pete, what's so different from what he said than Ray John Rondo said today?
About who? What Rondo said about Wade and Butler?
About the players, about the young guys, about my vets and everything goes. Let the young guys walk around like that.
That's completely different from what Rondo said. Rondo said pretty much.
But he's throwing he's throwing his players under the bus, right?
Right.
Basically the same thing LeBron's doing. Right.
He's throwing Wade and Butler under the bus.
He threw Wade as Wade and Butler as vets under the bus, and he threw the young guys under the bus for not trying to learn and soak up as much as they can.
You think he was throwing them under the bus, or he was just pretty much illustrating how things were different in Boston between how they are in Chicago?
I mean, you could be subtle when you throw your shots.
Because I mean, if you want to say it was a little bit of a veiled shot, I'll give you that. But I pretty much looked at it as a critique on Wade and Butler. Like, listen, all right, so it starts at the top. Even
if it's a critique on Wade and Butler, is it not the same thing that he's doing with his management and his players in the locker room?
Similar.
Everything ain't the same. Right? All two things can't be the same, right?
No. I mean, two things can be the same, but those things aren't the same.
I'm talking about when we talking about things like this, right? You ain't gonna have much players come out and be that demonstrative about not spending money when you got the highest cap, the highest salary for the last 3 years, the highest luxury tax for the last 3 years. Nobody's gonna be that demonstrative and call their owners and their managers out and all this other type of stuff and their players.
Why would they? And I'm not gonna say that nobody would do it. It's the way to do it.
Yeah, a little guy from Philly used to do it, and he got killed for it. He's a selfish guy. He's a me first person. He doesn't care about the team and
Here's the thing. We don't know for a fact that Michael didn't do it. As a matter of fact, we probably know that Michael did. We do know.
Mike punched Steve Kerr in the face.
No. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about we don't know for a fact that Michael didn't ask for help, and then probably we do know for a fact that he did. We didn't know that Magic didn't ask for help, but we probably do know for a fact that he did. But it's the way that they did it. They went behind closed doors. So now at least you got that image, you got that facade, you got that mystique that's around these guys that you know what. They're the guy. They wanted to run their head through a wall, or they wanted to tighten their belt, or poke another a belt loop in it before they went and bought a new one.
When he dashed Cleveland,
before they went to swallow their pride.
When he dashed Cleveland, why wasn't that the narrative about him then? Like you saw back then that he didn't want to be the guy. He wasn't the one that would walk through the wall for you. It's always got to be perfect. Even when he got to Miami, he said, well, we got to get this. We got to get that. I want Mike Miller. I want this person. I want that person, right? Even when you got Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, you still need this and that and that and that, right? And I asked you back in the day, if he's the number one player on this planet, why does the number one player need so much help?
I agree with you with that.
And I'm not talking about regular help. I'm talking about elite superstar help.
Elite help.
He always asking for some names.
Yeah. Even though this time he's not really asking for names.
You don't think he's trying to? You don't think he's trying to get names. Bro, it's out there already that he's trying to facilitate a Kyrie for Chris Paul trade. That went down. That slowed down because Chris Paul got hurt. Right. And you don't think he was trying to? He wasn't in the forefront. He didn't say that to get Phil mind rolling and everything to get Melo. Mm-hmm. Melo and Kevin Love the same person on defense. The only other difference is Melo's a fucking flamethrower.
But you're giving up a couple boards.
Giving up a couple boards for what?
Kevin Love will get them boards at this point.
All right, well, for the last couple weeks, he ain't getting no boards. He ain't a double-double the last couple weeks. I mean, last week.
Right. The back pain and things like that.
But if you got 30 added to your point total with Melo there.
Hold on. I want to be a hoe right now since we live in that era. Guys, I want y'all to know y'all can't see right now, but I'm playing hurt.
This boy got a half an ace bandage on, bro.
I'm playing hurt.
This nigga ain't playing hurt.
I'm soldiering through it. I'm not gonna go to the media and tell them that I'm playing hurt, but I just told y'all that I'm playing hurt. Because that seems to be the stuff that get appreciated nowadays. It's like, oh, what are you trying to curry favor? Are you trying to get sympathy? Like, it's not a good look. I wanted to turn off the TV. But to piggyback off of that, how would you feel if the one member, number 7 of the Brotherhood, actually does link up with LeBron? If he links up with LeBron and he wins the chip, you satisfied with that? Or you disown Melo?
I'm done with him. Like he'll still be my favorite player, but would I give him that credit for getting the ring? If you guys wouldn't give Kevin Durant a pass for what he did, how can I give my favorite player a pass for what he doing?
Right. Now, the only saving grace that Melo has, in my opinion...
Oh, because he's 32?
Right. It's like, this is sort of a last hurrah thing for him. But the only reason why history won't look at it like I'll look at it, that was supposed to be our Magic and Bird. And now you got Bird joining Magic to win a championship. That's unheard of. Melo will never be looked at the right way in history because it'd be like, you know what? The guy who's supposed to be your biggest rival, you rode his coattail to get a chip. Friend or no friend.
But who put that?
History gonna look at that
who
wrong.
put that in motion first? He started the friendship with all of these guys first.
Right.
So like you said way back in the day, the guy Shang Tsung, right?
Shang Tsung.
He steals people power. He was working out with Kevin Durant about 6 years ago, right? Now are they still cool? Now he's fucking mashing him on the court every chance he can get, right?
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, I'm just as a fan of Melo, I'm being objective. I'm done with him. I'm not like I'm not gonna give him a pass and say, oh, he's 32. Me and my lady was having a conversation about this earlier this morning when I was watching Undisputed and everything else. If he does that, nah. He's the same creature as everybody else.
Nah, cause I asked you last week. And you had a slightly different tune.
Nah, man. I had some time thinking about it.
But if you go to Cleveland, you done.
Nah, man, I'm done.
If you go to LA, you can live with that. But Cleveland, you're done.
LA would be the best spot. If such they don't give up nothing.
I don't think that LA would be the best spot. Like I said on my Facebook
I just
page,
don't want you to. I don't want you.
Like
I don't want you. I don't want you to. I just don't want him to chase the nigga's coattail.
So again, if you're not going to chase his coattail, why not go somewhere like people? If you're a co-star with Harden, people won't look at that sort of a way. Memphis doesn't even have a star, and they're the walking wounded, and they play defense like no other. So if you put a scorer on like Melo, again, this is no different than the formula that I told you with Chicago. When Chicago had Tibbs, you got D Rose, you got Butler as a defender, you got Taj as a defender, you had Noah, and you had Tibbs' defensive system. Now all you add is a 25 a game point scorer. Melo would have gift wrapped himself a championship if he wasn't thinking about money.
Well, that's the only problem. He's always thinking about his money.
So it's like, go to Memphis. He
can go any.
You know how he'll change life for Memphis?
He can go anywhere in the NBA except for Cleveland. He can go anywhere. Like I'd rather LeBron come to New York or LeBron go to the Lakers or the Clippers to chase him after he get there.
People are still gonna make it seem like. You roll LeBron's coattail even if LeBron comes to New York.
Hey man, I don't give a damn. It just doesn't. The optics doesn't support their narrative. It just doesn't.
Right.
But if you go to Cleveland, like when he said I'm only going to go to Cleveland or the Clippers, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Nah, man, we can't do that. We can't. We as a bona fide first scorer, you can't ride no other nigga's coattail.
And even if you do, not that guy. Like, I joke with my brother a lot. Like, this was one of the reasons why I called KD 35. Like, I rarely mention his name a lot of times, and I lost a lot of respect for him when I call him number 35 because it's like the woman's logic when they're like any girl but not her. Like, that does come into play sometimes. It's like, you know what? Sometimes your girl, she don't mind if you cheat. She don't mind if you do your 1-2. It's who you do it with. And that was the thing with KD when he went to that team. And that would be the thing with Melo if he goes with LeBron. It's like, bro, not that guy. Like, you've been compared to him your whole entire NBA life. And now you ride his coattail for a chip?
Steph not a bad broad, though. So I don't understand why y'all got so I don't understand why y'all got so up in arms. It's like Steph is the girl that came to school. Steph is the girl that came to school and everybody was on her head.
You wanna know why? Hold on. Because to keep the analogy, half the time when you want to cheat with a certain broad that your broad don't want you to cheat with, is she a bad broad?
Yeah. No. I'm talking about me. No, just do my track record, right?
Yeah.
Most of the girls that was threat to my early year girlfriends,
right?
It was competition, right?
That's my point.
But y'all make it seem like Steph ain't competition. Y'all gave Steph the mantle. Listen to me. Listen to me.
That's what stings.
Y'all
That's the part that
gave
stings,
Steph the
Marquise.
mantle when he was hot and he was bombing 35-foot jumpers,
Right.
and it was all cool.
Right.
As soon as Steph started filling this up and starting to walk into a superstar role like you're supposed to do as a superstar, oh, this light-skinned nigga. What?
I don't think
so.
that
He
was
the
it.
he was the pretty girl that came to y'all school for the first week, and everybody was on her head.
Right.
And then after that week was over, oh, that bitch ain't nothing.
No. Kinda.
So how he going to the broad that your girlfriend think is competition?
Well, he is a threat. Now he's not the threat that you know.
You talking about a week ago?
You don't know what it is.
Your girlfriend thought she was a threat a week ago, right?
It's not even a week ago. It's like, and I hate to, we're going a lot of places today. It's like if you leave the typical black girl for a white girl, the white girl might actually be nice. She might actually be competition, but the black girls are like weak nigga, like not that girl. Why'd you have to go with that girl? Like it's that sort of thing. It's like it's not that Steph isn't bad. It's not that he really isn't a good player. It's that he's too agreeable. So by the fact that he's so agreeable and he's perceived so humble because he is kind of arrogant, but he's perceived humble. It's like, well, damn, you couldn't handle the ratchet black bitch. You couldn't put that ratchet black bitch in her place.
How many
The ratchet chick being Russell Westbrook.
How many of these hood niggas is putting a ratchet black broad in her place?
That's why black women think black men are so weak right now.
It's not about being weak. It's like, why do I want to go through the headache?
I get
This
that.
this shit should be easy. We in a relationship. This should be easy.
Right.
It shouldn't be this much hard work. Every time I step out the door, I shouldn't be thought of as being a fucking cheating nigga.
Right. I get it.
What's the problem? So if things ain't, everybody say they want peaceful life, right? Peaceful life, happy,
Right.
right? Why not go with the white broad?
No, again, on the surface, it's great logic, but for the point of this conversation, I understand why black women say, or just women in general say, anybody but her.
I can care less.
Not her.
I can care less. Like I don't get into that.
So with the 35 situation, it's like, damn, you could have went to any team and nobody would have thought, nobody would have been the wiser, but not that team. And that's the same thing that's going to ring true with Carmelo Anthony. It's like, you can pair up and team up with anybody in the league, not him.
That's just
Because
a weak ass narrative, man. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't. So where was the black girl analogy when LeBron skated and dipped his toe in Miami?
Who? Hold on. How does that work? No, I mean, again,
I'm with Chris. I'm in a camp with Chris Broussard. If it's not the same, it's similar.
Right. So again, I do agree that it's similar.
But y'all niggas, and then he went on Facebook Live
right
for 55 minutes and took this bitch through the ringer.
Right.
Like I'm talking about, we the bitch for a
Right.
whole 55 minutes. He took us through the ringer.
Right.
And y'all ain't got no problem with that.
You wanna know why? I don't say that.
And Steph is arrogant, right?
It's not.
Steph is arrogant.
It's not that he is, but it's.
But that ain't arrogant. Just make your fucking decision.
Right. I'm not going to say week 3, third interruption, but I'm not going to say that Steph isn't arrogant, but he is. But here's how the situation.
I'm not disputing that. I'm saying why y'all can look at this guy and see that he's arrogant. And a guy did the same thing that 35 did.
Here's why.
And y'all be like, Wade had to teach him how to win.
Here's why LeBron has a little bit of credence. Here's why. And again, now you can't. This shows how objective and fair I am because I was just roasting Bronny earlier in this whole situation. Here's where he gets the credence. What seed is Oklahoma City right now?
You niggas won't get off the fence, man.
What seed is Oklahoma City right now?
6.
They're a 6 seed. Without the grade 35, number 35. What was Cleveland without Bron?
12th, 9th? They fluctuated.
Lottery.
Lottery. What does that matter?
That actually
I'm talking about
the Thunder had the fighting chance without Number 35.
Mike, when you leave abroad, you're not worrying about what's going on after that.
I'm not saying that you worried about what's going on after that, but I'm saying as a third party objective observer, you're looking at it like,
can we just grade the cover was a little bit more bare than his cover
can we
was.
Just grade?
He had
a little bit of a better woman than he had.
That's just fluff for you niggas. They let him out the back door. And they both they both the number one player on their team. Did they both go out the back door?
Right.
Oh, who cares about the other cover being bare or full? Who gives a damn?
Hey, in the words of the great Jamel Hill and Mike Greenberg,
man.
Sometimes things are excuses. Sometimes things are reasons.
Oh man, you gotta get off of that. I mean, y'all gotta get off the fence. It's either somebody's wrong or right. Point blank, period, man. You can't say that I can.
They both did some whole
But you
shit.
can't say I can sympathize with LeBron's thing more than I can sympathize with KD. You call this man LeBron still,
it's degrees.
And KD gets 35.
It's degrees.
30 degrees.
Man. Like the great poet Ramik likes to say, it's levels,
bro. We don't follow that. But the whole thing about it is, I like the way girls think. If you did something wrong, you did something wrong. It's no in the middle. You niggas get on girls for being so indecisive. The bitches that's indecisive, right? Y'all get on girls for not telling the bro tell a nigga what it is, right?
Right.
But y'all the same thing. Y'all just like females when it comes to y'all celebrities.
We telling you what it is. What you talking about?
Whoever your favorite person, y'all rather give credence to.
It's not about no. Because as of right now, LeBron is not one of my favorite people in the world right now. But at the same time, you got to be fair. Like
fair is where they judge pigs, man. Ain't no such thing as fair.
And again, and you see you quoting your arch nemesis, but
that's pretty tight, man. Pretty tight. That's being objective,
right?
That's being objective.
But like for those that don't know, I've never ever said that LeBron had a bare cover. I was one of the people that I was always a proponent that like Danny Ferry, who was the GM at that time, I believe. Danny Ferry always did his best job of trying to put talent around LeBron. But the average fan look at that like, well, Antoine Jameson wasn't talent. Wally Zerbiak wasn't talent. Big Z wasn't talent. Jamario Moon and Anthony Parker and
JJ
Hickson.
First triple double T.
Right. Like, come on.
Delonte West. Desperado.
Come like Sasha Pavlovich, Boobie Gibson. Like
shoot it, Boobie, shoot it.
Bull had people around him, but did he have that top 5 guy? Did he have elite talent around him?
If you the top 5 guy, why you need another top 5 guy?
So I mean, again,
was James Worthy top 5?
It depends on who you ask.
I'm just saying, if you just ranking them how they are, it would be Magic and probably that's like edging out the top 5, and then Kareem would be in that top 5.
Right.
So it'll be spaces through. Kareem would probably be number 1. Magic would be 5. Right. Worthy would be 8 or 9. They're not all top flight guys, right? They're spaced out, right?
Right. So
now you got the same thing. You got in Miami, you had Dwayne Wade when you sort of still in his prime,
right?
Around what 6, 7, and yeah, I give Chris Bosh 15 because y'all say he's not top 20.
No, I'm glad you went to the whole Dwayne Wade thing because man, again, I'm gonna send you those videos of who people thought was who in 2010 and
I'm just saying what the media said.
I'm talking about the media too. I think
narrative changed, man. I remember what they said when we was going through it.
Dwayne Wade number, according to ESPN that year, I think in 2011, maybe as late as 2011, 2012, True Hoops voted Dwayne Wade like the 3rd best player in the league.
So okay, 3rd best player in the league. The first.
I might gotta fact check that, but I think I think that I just watched that video. I think I watched that video earlier on the day.
So the 3rd best player in the league, the 1st best player in the league, and for my money, a top 15 player in Chris Bosh, right?
Right.
And then you got a top 3 player, top 5 player in Kyrie Irving now, and a top 15 player.
I wouldn't call Kyrie top 5, but Kyrie definitely top 10. And Love is definitely top 20.
Give me a top 5.
Huh? Top 5 as of right now, you gotta say Bron, you gotta say Russ, you gotta say James. You got to say number 35. And the last one's a toss-up. You can say AD.
AD can't stay on the floor. So how you going to say AD?
I'm not going to put Kawhi there.
So if AD can't stay on the floor, Kawhi just came into his own as a scorer. right? Right. Steph Curry's not y'all guy.
No.
Dame Lillard, after LA left, his thing fell off to y'all.
No. Lillard actually stepped up last year.
I know that. I'm saying to the media people now.
Right. Media won't put Dame number 5 right now.
All right. So who else? Carl Towns? KP?
Nah, not Cat yet. Not KP yet.
What are you giving me?
Kind
of hard not to put. AD can't stay on the court.
I would still say AD. I mean, Reed and the whole.
Can I ask you a question?
Can
I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
When you talk to coaches, what do they say? The best ability is what?
Availability. The best ability is availability.
Top 5 can't stay on the court.
Yeah. No, that is a valid argument, and it's really no big man.
Not a valid argument. It's a right point
to put in that top 5. So if you want to put Kyrie in the top 5 right now, I'm not mad at it, but I wouldn't do it.
No, it's just what it is. I'm not putting them in there. It's just what it is.
I would definitely, even though the masses wouldn't. I'm taking John Wall over anybody not named Russell Westbrook. Like Rondo,
man.
I'm still holding on hope for Rondo, but he's such a head case that the league is trying to force something out. I'm taking John Wall.
What has changed in John Wall's game that said that you should take John Wall?
One thing, but he's a dog. He's Russell Westbrook with more of a conscience. He can't score like Russ, but he's not that far off. He passes like Russ. He rebounds like Russ, sort of. And he actually still cares about the defensive end a little bit more than Russ does. He plays way more defense than Russ does at this level in his career. Why wouldn't I take, it's like the green scorpion. If you can't have the yellow scorpion, why not the green one?
Can we move on, yeah? Because I don't want to have that conversation. You take John Wall over Kyrie.
I would take John Wall over Kyrie Irving. I would.
It's not even worth my breath.
Kyrie doesn't score.
Everybody else loved AI. All AI did was score. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how can y'all change your narrative?
I'm not really changing the narrative. Because I say if you give me AI or Kobe, I'm taking Kobe. Why? Because Kobe gave you defense. And he's 6'6", but Kobe gave you.
That's the reason why you would take Kobe. Because if you can change that to AI 6'6",
if AI was 6'6" and he still didn't play defense, I'd take Kobe.
The guy that didn't play defense always led the league in steals, though, right? Whoa. Come on, it doesn't matter.
He's still 35.
You're still in the defensive category.
He's good at steals. That's just one component of defense.
All right, you told me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that Kevin Durant, you'll give him an A+ for his defense. All he's doing is fucking blocking shots now.
Man, he's getting steals.
What? He's active. He's active.
He is active.
1 or 2 steals a game? Woo.
He's playing pretty solid on-ball defense. It helps to have Draymond Green on your team. It helps to have that GSW system.
Did Dion Waiters put it in Kevin Durant's eye or Klay Thompson? I'm confused. Which one what eye did he put it in?
For the game winner, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, but then Kevin Durant said in one of his little snippets after the game that it would be Dion Waiters that hit me with a game winner, right?
Right. Now he did hit a big shot on. He hit a big bucket. He was hitting big buckets on everybody. He hit another one the other day.
This is a defensive player, right?
Listen, defense is not about always shutting the person down. Sometimes it's just about making it tough for the person. But we can leave that alone because we got.
We definitely can leave that alone when you bring John Wall over Kyrie Irving. We definitely can leave that alone.
I always take the more complete player.
Yeah, man.
Well, I can't say always, but more.
Where was John Wall in this conversation like 3 years ago?
More than not,
4 years ago.
Nah, I've been bigging up John Wall for a minute.
I've been bigging up John Wall all the time. You be like, oh, he's not Russ. He's not this person. He's not that person.
No.
And now that
you was bigging up John Wall. You was bigging up fat John Wall that really didn't want to play basketball that was injured. You was bigging up that John Wall. When John Wall clicked and he really started to care about basketball.
He's the same guy. What does he do differently? He's the same guy. He's speed. He scores. He's a little bit of assist. What does he do differently?
A little bit of assist.
He 9'10"?
Yeah.
He's not CP3. Come on, man. Like we gonna have this conversation.
You won't call him the prototypical point guard? No, he's not the prototypical point guard. But yeah,
his game is the same.
He's always around 8-9 assists.
His game is the same. So why was you on him 3 years ago when he was fat and chubby? But now you on him.
He didn't care about basketball. Now he cares.
What are you talking about?
All black everything.
He still
The nigga
plays
cares.
He still play the game the same way. He still got the 2 bitches and everything else. What is changing John Wall's life? That said he fully committed himself to basketball.
Exactly.
Come on, bro.
That means a lot.
He never
That's a
said
big
he
change.
never said
Hold
that.
Hold on. Let's just tie a cute little bow around this thing. Case in point. It's not always about the talent you
don't
have.
like Kyrie,
It's about
man.
the
That's the
intangibles.
whole
John
thing,
Wall
bro.
cares, and he's a more complete
That's
player.
the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Kyrie Irving and John Wall the same person, bro.
Before you cut me off, the whole Kyrie Irving thing. I'm not mad if you put him in the top 5. Kyrie's gaining traction because he's gaining traction with me anyway. Because I never really liked
Same
the
guy
ball
that hit the game-winning shot in Game 7 last year. Come on, man. He's gaining traction now this year.
No. He was gaining traction. Like I said, it's because of him hitting the game-winning shot. Kyrie is a dog. He really is. He really does have that Mamba mentality. He does.
He was that before LeBron got there.
Absolutely. He's always been there.
He's always been there, but
He's
now you're
always
on
been
John
there.
Wall because John Wall finally clicked with it, and Kyrie always been this.
Here's the thing with me and
I
Kyrie.
don't know.
If Kyrie actually commits to the other end, not even be elite, but
Come
if
on,
he
man.
commits, like Steph does, because Steph ain't the greatest defender in the world, but Steph commits, and Steph is a solid defender on most people.
He tries to play defense. He's just not good at it. Can people accept that? Can people accept that sometimes people are just not good at certain things? Just because you see other people do it, you should think that you can do it? No, his footwork laterally is terrible.
I won't buy that. Just like I wouldn't buy it with Melo. Melo's footwork is terrible
Just
laterally
watch
on
the
defense.
tape.
But when this nigga need to put a nigga in the spin cycle real quick, oh yeah, that's easy. When Kyrie be hitting all these crazy ass dribbling moves, oh yeah, his footwork's impeccable. But when you got to stop the next guy, now you don't got lateral movement.
I'm just asking you to watch. I'm just asking you to watch the tape. Your boy don't got good lateral movement. He's good deep. Richard Sherman has trouble with people with good feet,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. What's Richard Sherman's problem? You said lateral movement. So you said Kyrie's Richard Sherman on defense in basketball. He don't got no lateral movement.
No. Have you watched the kid play?
I've
It's
seen
like he's in fucking quicksand.
I don't understand how those things don't translate. Like, how can you be great laterally offensively but not great laterally defensively?
No, first of all, Melo puts himself in bad positions. That's first of all.
You've been saying that.
First of all, it has nothing
You've
to do with
always
his
said
lateral quickness. Melo puts himself in bad position. He plays uptight on the defender when he shouldn't have to and everything else. It's just terrible. Kyrie has bad feet. Point blank, period.
Right.
You see niggas Euro stepping and all these what's the name moves now, and you ask them to play defense on the other end and see what you get.
Keith, I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Ask somebody to run a cone drill for you, Mike.
Keith, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that, again, I think that's a little bit of it's a justification for them just not wanting to do it. I think some dudes just don't want to commit to defense.
There you go, telling the man what's in his heart.
I know, right? People are good at that. But to go to another subject, AB. How you feel about AB?
He's a wide receiver. I don't know what y'all thought was going to be different.
The sky
all
is
wide
blue,
receivers are divas.
You don't think, and I'm not saying that they aren't, but you don't think that now finding out what we know about this kid that he's worse than Odell Beckham?
What did we find out?
We found out that most of his teammates don't like playing with him. He's selfish and self-serving, which is kind of a necessary evil to play that position. So I'm not mad at that part, but nobody really likes to play as his teammate.
Nobody wanted to play with your guy in San Fran. If you listen to Skip,
Again,
I'm just saying.
Like everybody
Ain't everybody in the locker room, right?
Half of the players always like, yo, that's my guy.
So
half
Ben,
like, yo, please get rid of him.
So Ben came out and said he didn't want to play with AB.
Davion
said that.
The media is saying that Ben's taking veiled shots.
I'm asking a question.
Did he come out right and say it? No.
Is it the full team with a coup on AB?
No.
So it's half, right? Or healthy amount, right?
I'm about to say a large percentage.
Okay, so even
Ryan Clark, who knows about the situation, he's saying a lot of guys don't like playing with that guy.
It doesn't matter if it's a lot of guy or half the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that half the team didn't want to play with T.O. and San Fran, and more than half, 75% don't want to play with AB, right?
Right.
But all receivers don't, like most of the people, half the team don't want to play with these guys, right?
Right. A lot of people can't stand receivers, or they love them. It's a mixed bag. It's usually a mixed bag with those guys.
Chris Carter had Randy Moss, right?
Right.
Right. Chris Carter's supposed to be a stand-up guy, right? Randy Moss was straight cash, homie, right?
Good Christian.
Right. Straight cash, homie, right?
Right.
And that guy's not arrogant. CC's not arrogant.
Yeah.
Oh, but this guy's supposed to teach people how to do things the right way, right?
Right.
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 Okay. All receivers, even CC, little diva in him, right?
He's always been a diva.
Shannon Sharp was a 7th round wide receiver, right? Savannah State, where he came out of, turned to a tight end.
Right.
Talked all the time, didn't he?
Right. Always been a diva.
Who's the only guy you don't hear about? Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, right?
Again, media perception. Jerry Rice might have been a bigger diva than the Divas because you've seen it. We've even gone back and watched it on YouTube. There was a clip during that when T.O. snapped on the Cowboys. He went to the Star. Who was complaining that they wasn't getting the ball?
Jerry Rice.
People didn't see that though.
So even if the bar,
so Jerry Rice was a diva.
So even if the bar can be a little bit diva-ish, right?
Right. No, he was a diva.
So we're so surprised that AB.
Because he did it in Oakland too.
What's so surprising?
It's not surprising. I wasn't surprised when I found this out. You know what? I was a little bit relieved because I'm like, y'all made this dude seem like he was just a vanilla wide receiver. He's just like the rest of them. Welcome to the club. Come sit next to me.
But ain't that what y'all want? Y'all want a vanilla receiver, right? But y'all don't. But y'all don't latch y'all wagon to a guy like Larry Fitzgerald, right? I've been talking about Larry Fitzgerald. I've been talking about Larry Fitzgerald for years, right? Right. And you be telling me, oh, QC's slow. He this, he that. Right. He doesn't do no celebrations. Right. Oh, what's another one of my guys? Marvin Harrison, right? Came to be out after he got
a diva and a shooter.
Yeah, after he got out of NFL, came to be a diva. But when he played in NFL, right, it was like, oh, all he does is hand the ball to the referee. Does no shame. That nigga sat with the kickers.
Right.
Y'all don't hit your wagon to guys like that, right?
Right.
The niggas that wouldn't say nothing, y'all want to go after the guys, and as soon as they break your heart, it's like, oh, y'all surprised?
Nah, not surprised. People are surprised.
I'm not surprised or disappointed. I want AB be more of a diva. This nigga came in the 5th round? Mm-hmm. Come on. Why not? You're not gonna be here for that long.
Right.
Why not have some fun with this thing?
It's not the fact that I don't want him to have fun. It's the fact that people painted him like he was different from the guy in New York.
Can I ask you a question?
He's not different from number 13
Can I ask you a simple question?
He might be worse.
Can I ask you a simple question? We still hoop sometimes, right? Or we used to, right? We still I still do. You used to hoop with me, right?
Right.
Right. Do you still got the same talent you had when you was wasn't like high school and everything else? But when you get on the court, right? Do you still act like the same guy? Do I gotta not yell at you like, Mike, stop taking that damn shot?
Right.
Mike, give me the ball. I'm open. Mike, why are you driving so much? Why do you do that? Because you still think you're the guy.
I don't still think I'm the guy. I still think I can contribute.
These guys are still in their. These guys are still in their prime. They play a prime position that can alternate. That can change the game.
Right.
So why don't they think if the ball's in their hand that they can make something happen?
No. You're illustrating everything I love about receiver. That's why receiver in football is my favorite position, and shooting guard in basketball is my favorite position. I love that. Listen, if it all falls, let it fall on me. I love that attitude. The thing was, the media tried to paint him like he wasn't that guy. Like he didn't have that necessary evil. Like he wasn't an Odell Beckham. And it turns out he might be worse. Because every blow up or the perception of AB now is that he's a me guy. Everything is to benefit him. Odell Beckham, every time he lashes out, what is it about? The team. We're not winning. We're not producing.
Every time?
Just about
every time is not.
Balled out against the Eagles. They lost. What do you hear about him? Banging his head on walls and everything, punching lockers. It can't be because of his stats. He balled out. So he cares about winning.
So why did he punch?
But they pay him like he's a monster. That he's just a me stat guy. And now it's coming out that Mike Tomlin. It was a report last year from what was the guy? His name Michael David Smith wrote that Mike Tomlin told AB stop chasing stats. He's actually a stat monster. All he cares about is himself. But yet we vilify a guy like Odell Beckham, and he mostly cares about the team.
Can I ask you a question? In Green Bay, right? The playoff this year, right? Didn't he punch a hole in the wall?
Right.
Eli came out sizzling, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How many passes he dropped?
Odell
Did he
dropped
come?
two officially.
All right. Did he come to the podium and say, "Yo, that was my fault"? No. Is that about team? Did he fall on his shield there?
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He didn't come out there and say, "Oh, I let my team down. I dropped the passes in the end zone that could have changed the game. That could have put us up 14
But
points."
there aren't times that he does say that.
You're surprising me by saying that everything that comes out of his mouth is about the team. That's
It ain't about the
surprising.
stats.
It doesn't matter. It's about the stats. It's not about the team. If he's not opening him up saying that I gotta do better for us, it's not about the team. It's about him.
Hold on. Even a large misconception of Terrell Owens. Everybody always thought that he was a me guy and he was driven by his stats and he just wanted the ball in his
Can I
hand.
ask you a question?
Allow with Dez Bryant. Allow with Michael Irvin.
If receivers in this game if receivers in this game for their stats or for team stats?
They want the ball because they think they can contribute.
Okay,
they don't want their stats.
so do you want a person to beat himself and act like who he is, or you want somebody to sugarcoat it? BPC. Because you just get on LeBron for saying, "Oh, we thought he was something different, but this is who he is now."
Right.
AB is saying that I never told y'all I was a me first guy. I wasn't a me first guy.
Right.
Y'all painted me like that.
Right.
That's y'all dumbass fault.
Right.
So you gonna hit your wagon or tell or say that he's something different now because his colors finally shined out?
No.
Come on, man.
No. He is who I thought he was. I'm asking you, how do you feel about him now? Do you feel as though
No,
he's
no
worse?
different.
You know?
I wanted more of it because he plays the receiver position.
Okay.
Same thing I said about Dez Bryant to my father. Why would you want him to be different? Because he was the playmaker was the same
And that
way.
guy's a dog. And yeah, that's really Michael Irvin's son.
The playmaker was the same way. So demonstrative on the sideline.
Right.
Troy, third down. I don't care what route you call. I'm gonna go
And
get
again,
that thing.
A misconception. They painted Dez Bryant like T.O. saying he's a me guy when really he's more Michael Irvin than anything. And he wants the team to win. Dez wants the team to win.
Y'all all want somebody to be somebody they not. My dad want Dez Bryant to be Drew Pearson. Sorry, he's not. He just wears his number.
Are you saying sorry like Drew Pearson was sorry?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying Drew Pearson wasn't that. Drew Pearson wasn't like that, right? Come on, man. Let's come on, man.
Like, you know, maybe he was being a little bit of a millennial. You wasn't paying
Drew
homage
Pearson,
to
Drew Pearson was like that. I'm not saying he wasn't great, but he all-time Cowboy. Come on, man.
Dez. I wouldn't take him over playmaker. But it's a bunch of receivers I wouldn't take over Michael Irvin. I'm talking about like now. Even though Mike ain't had his stats, Mike was a dog. Mike could play on my team any day.
To play wide receiver, you gotta have a me attitude. I can change it. To be a superstar, you gotta have a me attitude. Because it gotta start with me.
Because I always say, certain things are necessary evils. It's a necessary evil for a receiver to have an ego. Me. Get me the ball. I'm going to help us win. So I do not mind a receiver playing the game that way.
That's your question. If he was just saying, I'm a 5th round pick or a 4th round pick, and I just want to just be on the team, not worry about my stats, not push myself, not see that what I did last year and push myself forward more and more.
Right.
Would you want that guy on your team?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I low-key still wouldn't want AB on my team, not as a number one anyway. But again, as far as attitude is concerned, no, I wouldn't want him to act like that. Again, like you said, T.O., 3rd round guy. Brandon Marshall, he's a late round guy. Like, all these guys are late round guys. You got to have a chip on your shoulder. I'm not mad at that at all.
Your guy, Odell Beckham, after the catch, right? After the catch that he had against the Cowboys, right? How many touchdowns he have against the Cowboys? Before this year?
What'd you say?
One.
You said one, right?
One, right? Was he going to them games? Was he going to the press conference saying, "Oh, I let my team down"?
No.
Come on with this, like Odell's a team first guy, please. First guy is Larry Fitzgerald.
That's the ultimate team first guy. That's the ultimate team first guy. But even again,
I take Steve Smith demonstrative attitude over Odell Beckham's. Come on, bro.
Yo, Odell Beckham, not for nothing. Odell Beckham might be the new Steve Smith.
No, he's not.
He might.
No, he's not.
A little different, dressed a little different.
It's not about dressing.
Odell is like Russell Westbrook is the new AI.
I'm not saying that. It's not. It got nothing to do. It's not talking about the dressing. It's talking about what you see in their heart. Odell is soft. When you put the pressure on him, he's going to fold up.
Okay, hold on. I'm glad you went there. Because I often say this about you. People be like, Mike, your brother's angry. Oh, my God, he's angry. He's a bad guy. I'm like, no, he's not. He's just emotional. Like, if he's happy, he's really happy. If he's angry, he's really angry. If he's mad, he's really mad. If he's sad, he's really sad. He's just emotional. I don't think Odell is soft as much as he's emotional. When he's happy, he's really happy. When he's depressed, he's crying on the sideline. When he's angry, he's super angry. He's banging his heads on walls and hitting locker rooms. I don't look at it so much like
players
he's
are
soft,
gladiators, right?
That he's emotional.
Football players are gladiators, right?
Right.
You have that emotion on the field. Because usually
You have to harness it.
The defenders usually use that against
They
you,
use
right?
it against you,
Ain't that what got Josh Norman his name?
Right.
Okay.
You have to harness it.
Okay.
So again, soft, I don't think he's soft. Just like I wouldn't call Steve Smith soft.
I don't
think he's
call
emotional.
Steve Smith soft.
But Steve Smith is emotional
Steve
as hell.
Smith is demonstrative in his action. He's a Michael Irvin type of guy. I want my team to be like me. Fight. It's not about being emotional. Nigga, pick yourself up, dust yourself off with another play. Odell thinks the end of the world as soon as something happens. Steve Smith and Odell Beckham, Steve Smith and Odell Beckham are not in the same category, not in the same league.
I don't know, man.
I would never call Steve Smith soft.
I think we're gonna revisit that, and
Come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit that one a couple years from now.
Revisit nothing,
But
bro.
nah,
Come on.
He puts me a lot of mine in Steve Smith, smallest receiver who plays a whole lot bigger than his measurables. He's a tough guy in his own right. I mean, just come on, just because the guy's a bleached blonde. Don't
It had
mean,
nothing to do with
like,
that,
come on.
man. He doesn't go over the middle like Steve Smith. He
What?
doesn't.
All
He
the
doesn't.
slants
He does
takes
not.
to the crib?
He does not. It's drag routes that his speed takes him up the field.
He runs
He's not
a slant,
as
5
soon,
yard,
Mike,
West
as soon
Coast
as somebody about to light his ass against
he does run a lot of
against the
drags, too.
Eagles, Mike, he alligator armed the pass and fell on the ground when Michael James about to light him up. Steve Smith doing that?
No. If you want to say Steve Smith is tougher,
And the same elk as Steve Smith.
That's not a debate. That Steve Smith is tougher.
Josh Norman is shutting Steve Smith down. He getting physical with Steve Smith.
Nobody's getting physical. with
Steve Smith 5'8", 5'6", and mugging niggas on the ground. Get off me.
He's pretty strong.
Come on, man. They the same creature.
Similar. Odell's not that weak.
Steve
pretty
Smith
strong.
ruined Terrence Newman's career. I'm not just by himself because Santana Moss had a lot to do with that.
A lot of 89s ruined his career.
But Steve Smith ruined Terrence Newman's career. Are you kidding me? Who career did Odell ruin? Yeah. All these miraculous catches he been making, who career he ended? Who he light up?
Give him time. It's only this is third year, right?
Man, give him time.
It's third year. This nigga is like, he has the most prolific stats out of a third-year receiver, like damn
Since
near
Randy
all
Moss,
time.
right? Since Randy Moss, right?
And
you ain't like that guy, right?
In a couple categories, even exceeding him.
You ain't like that guy, right?
It wasn't that I ain't like Randy. It was just there was a guy wearing 81 that was just a little bit better. But
That guy did every route.
speaking of just a little bit better in 81s and Niners, I got some alarming stats for you right here. You know when Joe Montana went to his first Super Bowl?
No.
His third year. You want to know what the Super Bowl stats was? 14-22 for 157 yards, 1 touchdown. Know when Tom Brady went to his first Super Bowl? His second year. You want to know what his stats were? 16-27, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. Want to know what Joe Montana's second Super Bowl was? 24-35. 331
What's
yards.
the ending
3
stats?
touchdowns.
What's the ending stats in
You
Super
wanna
Bowl?
know what
I think
Tom Brady's second Super
Joe
Bowl was?
Montana ending stats in the Super Bowl is 11 for 0. Tom Brady's is 14 for 5 or something.
13-2.
13-2.
So again, and people want to say Tom Brady's a system quarterback. Joe Montana didn't have Bill Walsh. People want to say Tom Brady cheated. Spygate, Deflategate, Didn't Bill Walsh tamper with the headsets? My question to you, because you didn't let me read all the stats, and they want to say that Tom Brady won his Super Bowls because on the strength of a good defense.
I said all encompassing.
Joe Montana's
Right?
first.
Ain't football the ultimate team sport?
It's the ultimate team sport, but let's listen to Joe
I
Cool.
do for 1
Joe
touchdown,
Cool.
144 something yards, and he
Joe-
won the Super Bowl.
You just said Joe Montana won that Super Bowl.
I didn't say Joe Montana won the Super Bowl. I said if you talk about the guys, stat for stat, I mean, talk about the guys, like go versus Tom Brady versus Joe Montana, I would take Joe Montana over the guy.
Eerily
Point blank
similar.
period. If they're eerily similar, don't I have an opinion that I could take the guy that's better?
Yeah, you could.
11-0, 3 MVPs. Come on, man. What we talking about here? Adam Vinatieri should have won Tom Brady's MVP, right?
Should he? Because again, Joe Montana, his first Super Bowl, his defense was ranked number 2 in points. His second Super Bowl, his defense was ranked
I ain't
number
talking
1 in
about the
points.
defense, right?
But
Am I talking about the defense?
I'm saying the misnomer about Tom Brady is that he didn't win the Super Bowls. His defense won the Super Bowls when his defense was ranked 6 in points his first Super Bowl, first in points the second Super Bowl. Joe Montana won Super Bowls with better defenses. So is it fair to say that the defense and the kicker won the Super Bowls for Tom Brady, but not for Joe Montana?
I'm just saying what I saw with my eyes, yes. What I saw with my eyes, Tom Brady didn't do much in his first 2 Super Bowls that y'all give him so much credit for. Cool, you want to bring Joe Montana's stats up
Like,
in his
it's
first
really similar.
in the first Super Bowl. What is
In
it
the
after
second.
that? What is it after that?
In a second. Well, I told you, the second he had 24 or 35, 331 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tom Brady's second Super Bowl, 32 or 48, 354 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like, their stats are damn near identical with identical surrounding parts. Like I said, Tom Brady, his defense, he had a top 10 defense. Joe Montana had 2 top 3 defenses his first 2 Super Bowls. And his third and fourth Super Bowl as well. So,
Can I ask you a question?
what's the question?
Did you look at my man Romo's stats in the playoffs?
Not recently, but I have done in the past.
All right. Can you give me his number of touchdown interception?
Couldn't get
8 to
give it to you
2.
offhand. Oh.
8 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Right?
Right.
What's the narrative on him, right?
Oh, he loses playoff game.
He loses playoff games, right?
Right.
So if you're talking about the quarterback position, just playing the quarterback position, how they want you to play the quarterback position, right?
Right.
Right? When you turn the ball over, that's a negative mark on you, right?
Right.
So we're just talking about Tom Brady versus Joe Montana, and we're just saying what does the stats bear out? Tom Brady got 13-2. Joe Montana got 11-0. They both got 3 MVPs.
And Joe's played with better defenses.
Joe's played with better defense. Tom Brady played with top 5
And they
defenses.
both played with controversy because Tom Brady had Spygate. Joe Montana had the tamper headsets. Bill Parcells.
I'm not bringing none of that into the equation.
But
I'm just looking at the brass tacks to the stats.
I'm talking about the misnomer that when it's all said and done, these two are really the same guy. They're really the same guy. I've always said it.
You taking Kobe over Mike?
I'm one of the rare people who would consider it.
I don't care if you consider it. Are you taking Kobe over Mike?
I can't.
Okay.
Because Mike got the 6. Mike got 6. If Kobe would have won his 6, I don't care if he was 6-2. I would have took Kobe over Mike. If Kobe would have gave me one more ring, I'd have took Kobe over Mike.
I didn't bring up the glaring thing about this.
What's that?
Joe Montana is 4-0.
That's not glaring.
Tom Brady is 5-2.
We so don't have enough time to get into that. Like all that means is that Joe Montana and Michael Jordan did a whole lot of losing before they got to the dance.
And that was supposed to do it?
I mean, you would like to, but you would like to get to the dance.
Can I ask you a question? How many times Wayne Gretzky lose in the Stanley Cup?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't think he did.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that why Gretzky the greatest?
Gretzky, he just got some numbers. He got
Got
some
numbers.
crazy ass
He
numbers.
got numbers. Never lost.
I don't think.
Then they had that show.
You don't hear
right
that.
there, right. The only nigga
Pro Stars.
The only nigga that was that was really like left out, like that shouldn't have been in there was Bo Jackson. He never won anything.
Yeah.
He never won anything.
They had Pro Stars, but Bo did what he did in his own right. But I'm saying you never really hear people. They never go to the Trump card. Can I still say that now that he's president? You never hear people go to the Trump card about Gretzky. And championships.
You're not a main media thing. I don't think he'll take this personal.
Cool.
You're not
I don't want to be
CNN.
called a cool.
You're not CNN. They ain't gonna take this personal.
But yeah, like you never heard, Gretzky was such and such in championships. Why is that always the Trump card for Michael Jordan and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice? Why? What does that mean?
Is
All
it
that
there?
means is that they did a whole lot of losing before they got to the dance. We're really going to criticize people like Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady for getting to the dance more?
How many times Martin Luther King got locked up before that march in Washington?
That's a good point.
We only talk about the March in Washington, right?
Right.
We don't bring all the what's name.
They talk
Yeah,
about Selma.
some do. Some do.
Right.
Most don't.
Right.
Talk about that speech, right?
Right. That's understandable to
We
talk about that speech.
As historians, we only like the good things.
No,
we don't like to look at the bad
things. It's not even about not liking the bad things or not wanting to look at the bad things. Martin Luther King is not. He's not just pretty much known for that one speech. Why do people hang Jordan and Montana's hat off of 6-0 and 4-0? They're more than that.
I gave you the stats. I'm not just hanging my hat on 4-0 and 6-0. I gave you the stats. MVPs, the numbers, touchdown to interception.
But that's really similar to Brady's.
Quarterback rating is higher than Brady's. What we talking about?
And now Brady got numbers with the yards and things like that where he's going to dwarf Montana's stats.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that.
So, all right, Casey.
I don't care about how many times he's been there. I don't care about how many appearances he's made. 13 in the what's the name? 7 Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't give a damn about none of that. Y'all care about that LeBron thing. He been to 7 straight finals. I don't give a damn about none of that. Did you win?
Getting to 7 straight.
Did you win?
Yeah, that's not super duper important to me. That's not important.
If you got break down just pure. If we don't know, if you talk to a person that don't know nothing about football,
right,
and they say Joe Montana and Tom Brady, who was better? And you had like just break down the stats to me.
People will probably give it to Montana right now off the rings because stats favor more Brady.
I'm not talking about overall stats.
I'm talking about all encompassing.
I'm just talking about in the Super Bowl.
Oh, in the Super Bowl. Well, yeah.
In the biggest game of your life when you're supposed to perform.
It depends on what you value too, because if people might look at it like, well, Brady gave you 3 more touchdowns, gave you 2 more touchdowns.
So do people?
But then some people would be like, well, he gave you 2 more turnovers.
So do people bring up John Elway's 3 losses that he got blown the fuck out?
Yeah, they hold that against him.
They don't talk about that no more. They talk about the 2 Super Bowls he won the last.
Right, but they used to hold that against.
Yeah,
Elway.
before he had the Super Bowl.
Well, they still hold it against him when it comes to conversations like Brady and Montana.
Okay, but that's so we go to record, right?
Right.
So if we can exclude John Elway from the record because from the conversation just by his record, why can we look at it to see who's better?
No, you can't. And I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna go to this, and this is going to pretty much wrap everything up. Next Sunday, Roger Goodell hand Brady the trophy. He better than Montana?
He still got 2 losses?
Yeah.
No. I care about winning. My guys don't win. The guys I root for don't win. I don't care how you do it or how many times you get. All I care about what is the end result. That's it. Right. I don't care about none of the other stuff. What's the end result?
Right.
What's your record in the biggest game of your life?
Right.
That's how I measure greatness. I don't care about all the other stuff because I tell you, I give you numbers about my guy, and it gets dwarfed by your personal opinions of how you feel about Tony Romo. You don't care about numbers when it's pertaining to other things. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the public.
Right.
You tell me what is his record in the playoffs, right?
Right.
Stephen A's biggest thing is he's only got 2 wins in the playoffs, right?
Right.
How many wins did Marcus Ware got in the playoffs with the Dallas Cowboys?
1.
All right, Terrence Newman, Roy Williams. Right. I can run down the fucking list. The defense get paid too, right?
The defense does get paid.
We don't care about none about the. We don't care about the whole team in the totality when it's convenient for us, right?
No.
Brass tacks. What do they do in the Super Bowls compared to each other? Joe is perfect, no blemish on his record. What's the argument for it? I don't care about 13 appearances in the 7 appearances in the Super Bowl. Give me a fucking break. Who cares about all that stuff?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's tough.
How many times you been to the dance? Ask the fans that. How many times you been to the dance and conquered your goal?
Right. I'm pretty sure we all got a losing record in that. That's what I'm saying. Losses shouldn't mean that much when you get to the actual dance. If you won more than you lost, and if you won more than somebody else's won, and your stats is comparable, or your stats even dwarf the other person's,
not in that one game where it really matters.
Well, again, if he
because Dan Marino got all the great numbers, right?
Again, if Brady wins this game on Sunday, That's probably going to be, now he's going to have like 17 touchdowns.
Before Aaron Rodgers came into the equation, Dan Marino was the bar for people, right? Throwing the football, right? For quarterbacks, right?
Right.
He can sling that damn ball, right? Mm-hmm. What's the knock on Dan Marino? He ain't got no ring. He got no hardware. So why when we get to the dancers, that's the most important game for a elite quarterback to get to. Why can't we grade him just by that?
So you mean to tell me we can? So you mean to tell me if Brady throws 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, now he got 18-2. 18-2 ain't better than 11-0? Because I'm damn sure taking 18-2.
I'm taking 8-2 in the playoffs from my starting quarterback. How many other people's taking it? How many other people's not going to blame their starting quarterback for losing that game?
Right.
How many other people is not going to blame, oh, we need to get rid of this person?
Right.
Because you and me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott fan, right?
No.
Did I blame Dak for throwing that interception?
Absolutely not.
But let that have been 9. Here the fuck he go again with the, right?
Again, sometimes it's about a narrative.
So why can't we grade TB12 the same way? In the playoffs, in the Super Bowl against Joe Montana, he doesn't add up to him.
Even if he gets the 5th ring.
I don't care about none of that.
18-2.
I don't care. He's still 18-2. What is Joe Montana?
11-0.
11-0. QBR damn near perfect. And he was bombing niggas.
Not really. He had the game against the lackluster Denver defense that was 5 touchdowns. His second Super Bowl he had against the Bengals, he only threw 2. Him and Brady, they match up pretty well. Like
he only do 2, and he only threw 1 in his first one, right? So altogether that was 8. So the last one he threw 3.
No, his second one he threw 3. His first 2 Super Bowls he threw 4. He threw 4 touchdowns. He threw 1 his first Super Bowl. His second Super Bowl he threw 3. Brady's first 2 Super Bowls he threw 1 touchdown, and the second Super Bowl he threw 3. Identical.
At the end of the day,
it was playing against that soft ass Orange Crush defense where he was just
the soft ass Orange Crush defense.
He blew them out. They scored 10 points.
Soft ass Orange Crush defense.
This wasn't that Orange Crush.
Don't bring it up then. Don't say Orange Crush then, because you're being facetious. Don't say Orange Crush like it was the same team and you want to. Come on.
All right.
If they was ass,
he played that soft ass orange slice defense.
So if they were soft, why not put up 50 points?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, again, things get kind of muddled. They look at that 5 TD Super Bowl and think that like Bulls he threw 5 TDs every Super Bowl.
Eagles defense, Eagles defense like that. When Tom beat them.
They were ranked pretty good, but I don't know if they weren't all time great.
Who else did he play?
He played Carolina.
Ranked defense was world beaters.
They were pretty good defense.
Pretty good defense, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think
who else? Who else?
He played the Rams.
Rams.
Now I don't think they were number 1 when they played Brady, but they were a number 1 defense at one point in time.
Who?
During the greatest show on turf era.
Rams?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were
to
number
you
1 defense.
when you watched the game with your eyes. That was scary defense.
Not that year, no.
Okay. So the 2 times he played against a good to great defense, what'd he do?
You mean the 2 times he played against a good pass rush, a great pass rush?
Oh, I don't care.
Because the Giants, they were like a middle of the pack.
Don't matter. Their pass rush made them
a low third defense.
Their pass rush made them what it was, right?
Right. So yeah, okay, he didn't do great.
Baltimore.
Right.
When they went up there and beat him down, did they have shutdown corners and all that other type of stuff?
No.
They had a good front line and Ray Lewis and Avery, right? Everything down the middle.
And they was willing to punch him in the mouth.
So every time you go against a good defense, every time any quarterback goes against a good defense.
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah, I'm glad you say any quarterback because Joe Montana does have them playoff loss to the Giants. That's there as well.
I'm saying in the Super Bowl. Your boy lost in the Super Bowl.
Right.
To a team that was middle of the pack in the back end, and this was all world in the front end.
Right.
And this is the greatest quarterback ever?
Because it's all encompassing. It's all inclusive. You can't just look at the Super Bowls and be like, well, he wet the bed in the Super Bowl.
I ain't say he wet the bed.
What did he do in his whole career?
I didn't say he wet the bed,
no, but
bro.
I'm saying even if you were to say that, it's like, what did he do in his whole career?
I'm just saying, what did Joe Montana do in those same games? It doesn't have to. It don't have nothing to do with what's name.
Well,
what was his job?
Let me not say that he shined, because he didn't shine every single game. He never made the mistake that broke the camel's back.
Ain't that what got Dak Prescott all the praise this year?
And that's what got Tom Brady his praise. So I'm saying,
And okay, that's when he got him his praise, right?
Right.
In the big games where he's not supposed to make the mistakes, has he made the mistakes?
Yeah, that's fair.
So does he not disqualify himself from what his reputation already is?
If you want to disqualify him right now, because now it's 4-2. 4-0 is better than 4-2.
I know that. It shouldn't have been a conversation no more.
5-2 better than 4-0?
No. 4-0 is better than any other number that don't got a 0 at the end of that joint. If you 5-2, 4-3, I'm taking.
So you taking MJ 6 rings over Russell's?
Yes.
And over Kareem's?
Yes. To me, Michael Jordan's the best player not named Allen Iverson. And that's just me being biased. I can admit it. Allen Iverson made me actually
talk about facetious.
No. Allen Iverson made me fall in love with the game of basketball. So for me, he's my favorite player. But am I blind enough not to know that Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever?
Right.
No.
I can't take that away from you.
Come on, man. Cut this tape, man.
That was a good take. I mean, sooner or later we're gonna get into the question I had to ask you, and I wanted to ask you about trolling. Like, is it ever acceptable for grown men trolling? But we'll save that. What's trolling etiquette? We'll save that for another time.
I don't know that. You need to bring Justin on board with that. I don't know nothing about trolling.
You know your fair share about trolling. You happen to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't know nothing about trolling.